Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Babylon 5. Last episode, we found out some not great things with Minbar. There's a full-on civil war going on. And I thought we had settled something with Naroon, but he was not there in good faith, and the warrior caste is preparing for these counteractions from the religious caste. Now we saw the folly of the religious caste and not trusting in their leader and trying to martyr themselves, and it's just a big old mess. I mean, I truly believe in Delin, and if anyone can figure this out, it would be her, but she's definitely at a disadvantage now, especially with no help on the other side, with Naroon seemingly betraying her. But, Lanier coming through MVP as always. And, he lost part of his lung trying to stave off their suicide attempt. On the flip side of that, with Sheridan, as I was editing it, that beginning part when he was just like so giddy in the corner and figured out the plan to bring in the non-aligned worlds to the idea of the Rangers patrolling their borders, it seemed like someone was speaking to him. There was like a voice, I think. It wasn't clear at all, but like, what the hell? That's concerning. Who could it be? I don't think it's Lorian. He left. It's reminiscent of the shadows being attached to Morden. I'm concerned about him. I am, even though he very smartly played his hand in getting those non-aligned worlds to give in to having those Rangers. But the way he did it was pretty, underhanded and a little worrisome, the way he used their broadcast and made up invisible enemies and kind of roused paranoia. It's all very concerning, I think. But I mean, I do trust him, but if there's someone talking to him, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Maybe Garibaldi doesn't have the completely wrong idea, but everything that we've seen so far, there's nothing that where I'm like, okay, this is a problem, but there are signs, maybe portents, I don't know. So I'm just going to be very aware of his actions and what he is up to, especially with not having Delin around. I feel like someone could maybe like try to step in and have his ear, maybe even in a way that he's not even aware of. I don't know. He seemed kind of like, he seemed hopped up, and I don't know what we're going into with that. This next episode is called Moments of Transition. I mean, that could be in regards to anything. If I had to guess, maybe Centauri and Narn. The Narn, I feel like they're probably the most people that is in a transitionary phase. We haven't really heard anything since the end of their war. How is everyone sticking to the peace treaty? I mean, if you can even call it that. We know that the guy that was left in charge has that thing. So maybe I should look at Sheridan's neck. I feel like I think that would be very obvious. But I don't know. I think a lot of things are up in the air right now. Minbar, I mean, heading into the Civil War, there's so much going on since that huge win of getting rid of those elders and then moving on. They've left a mess behind, and cleaning it up is not proving to be easy in any way. So I'm excited to jump back in and see where we're going from here. So yeah, let's do it.
I don't want the raw materials to fall into the wrong hands before I can patent them. I don't trust the government, and I don't trust the couriers. And I definitely don't trust my competitors.
But you trust me?
For now.
I don't know if I trust this guy.
Upload the data and I'll get on it.
You received anything new from Ambassador Delenn since she landed?
Ugh.
Negative, Captain.
Their comms are down.
All right, keep trying. Let me know when you get through.
Oh man. Not good.
If we don't surrender by tomorrow, for the good of our people, he will end the war by destroying the city and everyone in it.
Awful.
Of course, we'll have to run the usual background checks, get authorization from Psy-Corps, but, well, that might be a problem.
That will be.
I'm not with the Corps anymore. Perhaps in the future, when you rejoin Psy-Corps, we can discuss this again.
It ain't gonna
I'm
happen.
afraid there's nothing I can do.
She values life above all things.
Oh, the horror.
As she sees her caste dying around her, she will have no choice but to surrender.
I wouldn't be so sure.
For a warrior, death is simply the release from our obligation. You should rest.
Then go to it yourself.
Getting packages past customs. Is that honest, Michael?
Yeah, it's about as honest and lawful as breaking away from Earth Alliance, taking over military equipment, starting our own little empire out here. If
Okay.
you got a problem, why don't you take a peek in the mirror? Don't bother me, okay?
The
Surrender.
warrior caste. That we are prepared to surrender
Oh shit.
at a time and place
They-
of their choosing.
They can't have control.
Just tell them.
We have a category for deep cover agents. Only a few of us have access to it. I can add your name without too much trouble. You'd be core in name only. You can do as you want.
And what
You'll
would
be
she
able
have
work
to
again,
do?
Make a living. I want your body.
What? Are you out of your mind?
That's
In
a
what
very
way?
funny question to ask a telepath. The Vorlons gave you more than just enhanced abilities. They've given every telepath a chance to be more than what they are.
I don't know if everyone needs to be this souped up.
It's a waste.
I'd sooner put a bullet in my brain.
Thank you. Fuck the Psy-Corps.
I'll be here a few days, just in case you change your mind.
They don't need to be any more powerful. Yeah, and this whole Edgar thing and the
religious
telepath,
council has
what
agreed to
is
surrender.
happening?
I thought we would meet down on the planet.
She is a threat to our authority.
Naroon, this can't stand.
She will return to Babylon 5. I believe we can guarantee that her ship will never reach
Oh,
its destination.
absolutely not. Naroon.
Until last month, this place was paid for by the Vorlon government. Now they're gone, and you don't have any.
We
regular
all should pick up the tab.
Now, station needs every credit we can get our hands on to bring in supplies by alternate routes.
She is
After
worth
everything
it
I've
to
done, you're
have.
gonna kick me out.
Why don't you just get Mr. Garibaldi?
Oh,
I assume this is with his permission.
Not exactly.
Zach,
Look, ever since he got back, he has not been acting the same, and I need to know if he's all right upstairs.
I can't do
Yeah,
that.
it's
It goes
pretty
against
unethical.
everything I've been taught. It's a complete invasion of privacy.
Can't you at least poke around a little bit by accident?
No.
If I hire you, I annoy Bester. I like the thought of that.
there we go.
What's your empathic range?
Better than anyone's.
20, 25 meters.
Unofficially.
Further. Much.
Much
Interesting.
further.
See, I just started working for this client who has me bringing him stuff in on the sly. Now, he doesn't want to get noticed, and neither do I. The problem is, when you
But I don't know
have
if this
a
is good for her
somebody like that,
either.
You get noticed. You can hire somebody to find out what happened to your personality.
Always quick with the mot juste, Mr. Garibaldi. Sadly, you're no longer worth my attention.
Hey, what are you?
What?
He scanned you.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
Did Zach ask Bester to do that? Zach! Oh my god! That's kind of fucked.
I want you to have this, Lanier. Keep this with you until we are done. All the instructions are inside.
Instructions.
What are we playing?
It's time.
The religious caste surrenders.
Now we rebuild the Great Council into a Warriors' Council.
Excuse me. I said that we surrendered. I did not say that we gave up our sovereign rights to form a new government.
Oh.
Dukat said that in every battle, one side or the other must surrender eventually. The ancients understood that in war, it is always the young and the powerless who are sent off to fight, sent by leaders and warriors and generals, but not themselves engaged in the battle, who do not bleed on the front lines, who do not die alone the cold and friendless night. But here, in this place, that changed.
What are we doing?
The leaders of each warring caste would step into the circle. The starfire wheel would open, and its fire would begin to consume them.
Whoa!
Those who did not deserve to rule, who would not sacrifice themselves as they asked others to do on their behalf. We are willing to endure the starfire wheel for the good of our people. The warrior caste will not do the same, and you are not fit to lead.
Wow. Oh yeah, Dylan is absolutely fit to lead.
Will you follow me into fire?
Not so tough now, are ya?
It's done, it's done. I cannot leave the circle now. You have my instructions. Carry them out.
She better make it out of here. There's no way.
This is madness! I refuse.
You said that a warrior doesn't
Get in the
fear
room.
death, Sheridan. Death is merely a release from our obligations.
Right. That is what
Why
you
then are you
said.
afraid, Sheridan? Have you put your own importance above our people?
Uh-huh.
Take their side. I speak for my people. Who do you speak for? And what are you willing to do?
Step on up.
We can walk out together. Share the power.
Oh, now you want to share.
Who speak against us? No!
Oh my god, Dylan. Oh, wow.
I do not understand. When we were aboard your ship when she proposed this, Delenn told me she would leave the circle after he did. Why did
Naroon!
she's making her point.
Oh wow, I can't believe that was a long play. Dylan! Naroon! Wow. She really will sacrifice it all.
The calling of my heart is religion. The war is over.
Oh, Naroon! Oh, what a real one. Oh, I'm sad though. I really like him.
You're to fire her effective immediately.
What? Why?
He doesn't like
I do
telepaths.
not trust telepaths. I will not have them near me or anyone who works for me at this level.
Oh god, is she gonna go to Bester now? Bester, what do you know?
Bester, Al. Guess you would call it a bank shot.
What a Lita.
I've had a nice day.
Today, we restore the Grey Council.
Okay.
I summon the Nine, the worker caste. You had forgotten the worker caste, hadn't you?
Thank you!
When our two sides fight, they are the ones caught in the middle. Forgotten.
Rise
It
up,
is their
labor.
time to serve, to build, to die. This place is reserved in memory of Naroon until
Naroon!
the day it is taken by the one who is to come.
The one who is to come?
are.
Who is that gonna be?
The heart, the hands, and the voice of our people.
As soon as this destroyer came through the gate, the other ships identified themselves as commercial liners. They were carrying the sick and the wounded from where President Clark's been hitting them.
Damn. Fucking Clark.
10,000 civilians whose only crime was trying to get out of the damn killing zone. I am putting this on VOR as soon as I calm down.
Now we're going after the colonies, then Mars, then Earth.
Sheridan.
God help anybody who gets in our way.
Oh my god. Is this... Oh no. Oh no. Now I'm fully fully concerned. A lot has happened, and I don't know how to feel about almost all of it. I mean, I know how to feel about the Minbari stuff. I'm so proud of Delenn. I am so proud of Naroon. Oh, I hate that even for that brief moment of time that I was concerned that he had double-crossed Delenn. But that was the whole plan the whole time, and he truly believed in her so much, enough so to like rescue her, but then also sacrifice himself and in the name of his belief in the religious caste and her. And wow. That is so shocking but amazing. I feel so happy to know that he was willing to do that, even though I'll miss him for sure. And absolutely he is commemorated in that missing spot until apparently someone is going to take it one day. But yeah, absolutely put the fucking worker caste in equal power to the religious and the warrior caste. Absolutely. I don't know if I even realized that the workers weren't represented in the Great Council. I thought because everything was that triad, I thought it was all equal, but no, it wasn't. And that was the problem. The people that had the problems after the Great Council got disbanded are the ones that have had these issues this whole time, the worker caste, who weren't being heard because they weren't being represented. And yeah, Delenn was absolutely willing to walk the walk, talk the talk. Shakiri was not. He was so blase about life and sacrifice that wasn't his own, and he couldn't walk the walk. He didn't. He was all bluster in the end because he couldn't stand the heat. He jumped out of the fire. Which is concerning because it's very similar to how he was acting to how now Sheridan is. I am past the point of concern. Delenn needs to get back immediately. It's almost like the Vorlons are living through him in the same way we've got to deal with the aftermath of the shadows. The Vorlons they have a legacy too that they have left behind. And I mean, I felt good about the fact that it was our Kosh who was like in him, but Kosh is not in him anymore. Is there someone else in him? And that was just that whole sequence of him, of Ivanova talking about what, I mean, Clark does need to be dealt with. That is not untrue. He is willing to do, I mean, kill women and children. And that is a war crime. And I don't know what other options that we have, but the veracity and the almost like bloodlust it seemed like he was portraying in that moment makes me like not recognize the Sheridan that I once knew. And that's a foreign feeling because I have always believed in him as a leader. But this feels wrong. This seems short-sighted. This seems acting on anger and not like really strategic moving. And this is no, oh no. Maybe Garibaldi had a point. But also the Garibaldi stuff with Bester. Bester really is moving things along. He now has Lita in the Psi Corps working kind of like in name only, but the big problem is that she signed over her body. The Psi Corps does not need any kind of help in creating stronger telepaths. Hopefully that won't end up happening, but she's there, she's in, she must have signed the contract. And he really fucked that up. He told Edgar's, he had to have told Edgar's that Garibaldi was employing a telepath, which is concerning to know that he is not about telepaths. And that's what my assumption was, that he wasn't trying to help them, that this is a fight against them. So whatever stuff he's moving and patenting and all of that, that needs to stop, I think. And it's also like, why does no one know what he looks like? That is also concerning. Why is he a disembodied voice? I want to know what Bester saw in Garibaldi's head, though. Oh man, this is all bad. I mean, the thing that I thought was the worst thing happening is the thing that got fixed. Minbar is in a fantastic place, and everything else is shit. I know Bester believes in the Psi Corps and all that, but I mean, his main objective is freeing his lover or getting her back, and however that means. So I don't know if what he's doing is ultimately for Psi Corps or for his personal reasons. And at one point I was like, is he the one that has changed Garibaldi like this? But I don't think so. But I wonder if we'll know now what is going on with Garibaldi now that Bester knows. But Bester plays his cards close to his vest, so I don't feel like we're going to know. I thought we were going to find out because of what he did. And Zach is culpable too, because he got Bester to do that. Which, it's not cool. You can't do that. That is the issue with telepaths. And, you know, you don't, like, act like whatever Edgar has issue with them, it seems like he's probably going to, like, go after them. But, like, you kind of have to deal with the ball where it lies and kind of, you know, restrict what they can do and, you know, have that ethical line, which Lita followed. She wasn't willing to scan Garibaldi without his permission, and of course Bester has no qualms to do so. But oh my god, everything is so precarious. Like, so many things are kind of like spinning out of control. Garibaldi getting further in with Edgar's, Bester and whatever the fuck he's doing, Sheridan, who I'm truly taken aback by. I mean, I was already feeling some type of way about it, but this was like, I've never seen him like that before. He seems very riled up, and I would not want him to be making these kind of decisions in that kind of state. I mean, even Ivanova was like, are you sure about this? And he's not wrong to want to, you know, go after Clark for doing what he just did. But there should always be a cost that you are not willing to pay. And, you know, seeing that in Delenn, that she really played the long game. Like, knowing that Naroon would help her and that they were always going to surrender, she was willing to sacrifice herself. And Lanier was saying, like, she is willing to do whatever she can for her people, and that's why they need her. I mean, I hate to lose Naroon for sure, but wow. Rise up, worker cast. Let's go, labor union. That's amazing. Yeah, I didn't foresee this happening where everything kind of got flipped. I mean, you know, I think we've been leading to this Sheridan kind of change. I kind of been feeling uneasy about him recently. But Psychor is becoming a bigger and bigger issue, and just telepaths are coming to the forefront in like a way that we need to address how this is going. And I really want to know what Edgar's end game is with all of these technologies and things that he's working with. I think he's like, oh, well, I'm just having it for just in case, but I don't know if I believe that. And I know that Garibaldi is upset with Sheridan, which seems more and more reasonable as we go, but will he work with Edgar's no matter what? Like, if he finds out some things, will he stop? And what is Bester's relationship to Edgar's? If he hates telepaths, Bester, you don't need to be helping him in any way. Even, feeding information about Lita just to get her on your side. Like, don't give him anything. It probably would have been better if Lita stayed with Garibaldi, and maybe she could have found out some stuff that she needed to find out about what Garibaldi's getting involved in. So everyone's making moves, and I think some people are going to get bit in the ass. But I really just need Delenn to get back to Babylon 5, and we can kind of recenter ourselves, and she needs to see for herself what's going on with Sheridan. It's a problem. And oh my God, can I get some more Londo and Chikar in my life? I feel like we haven't had near enough Chikar. I miss him so much. But yeah, this was this is potentially like at one of the scariest times in the show, to see Sheridan like this, someone that we put so much trust in and belief in, and who has so much power at this point with all of his rangers that are patrolling around, and now he's going to go directly at Earth. He said he was talking about going at Mars too. Like, what is he willing to do? He can't be like Shakiri or Clark, for that matter. We don't need that kind of leader. And I think the moral of this whole story, and what Delenn sees to be true, is that the only thing that can work is balance, and everyone having a voice, and everyone having representation. And she's the leader I believe in at this point. But even her, we've seen where she acted out of rage at losing Dukat, and she kicked off the whole Earth-Minbari war, which is something that Shakiri threw at her in this episode. So I hope Sheridan can get pulled back from the brink on whatever it is he's acting on, and we can fix things before they get too bad. But yeah, a lot of things to be worried about, and I am worried about all of them. But this was a really good episode, and I don't know what's going to happen next. Who could have seen any of that? But it was really good. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.